Okay, so did you see the topic?
Yes.
What's the topic?
50 ways to hurt someone, I think.
Yes. Okay. Now, I want you to stay tuned because it's things that we go through every day. And they should not be said. And every word that I'm saying now is Isur Midoraita. Meaning, I'm going to read you now 50 Isurim. 50. Pretend that you're going to have now 50 plates of pork on your table. That's what it is. So, where I'm going to start, a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law, right? The language that we all know. So here we go. The mother-in-law can say to the daughter-in-law, since my son got married to you, it doesn't look good. Your mother didn't teach you how to cook. Number two, in your house, they never taught you how to clean the house. Number three, you have only 3 kids and you already need a maid. What are you gonna do if you're gonna have 8 kids? How come your baby is still with a diaper? Sounds familiar? Sounds familiar?
Yes, good Rabbi.
Yes, Reb.
Why are we saying it? Why? What do you care if her baby is still with a diaper? Why is your business? And by saying it to her, what you're trying to accomplish, you're sending a message, you don't know how to be a mother. How does it sound now?
Even worse.
Even worse. I agree. Let's go now to a different department. I don't think the same as you are when it comes to Judaism. Here we go. Tell me, don't you think that you're over-exaggerating? You don't have to be so much, as we say, machmir, hardliner. What do you think, that you're more tzadikah than anybody else? Did you hear it once?
סליחה, כבוד הרב, who is saying it to who? I don't understand.
A friend that when she see you with covered hair, she said, why do you have to go so far? Why so much? What do you think that you're more tzaddiker than anybody else? And here comes the punching line. If you wear a tzaddiket, you will not put any makeup. Here we go. Sounds familiar? Sounds familiar? You don't want to answer back to me? Okay. Okay.
Not really, Rabbi. Where do you get this stuff? But it's good. It's good stuff.
Yes, it is.
I heard you are a fanatic. This I heard.
In Connecticut, we heard it all, every single
Okay.
one, every single one. You get an A.
I'm sure.
They all sound familiar.
Now, some people, they cannot live without coming to annoy you. Actually, to hurt you. So now, if you feel attacked, let me tell you what to do, okay? Sometimes you don't know even what to answer this person. So here we go. Do you know how to brush somebody off? Huh?
You used to tell us to sing.
Yeah. How to patch it, you know? Let it go. How? Whatever she or he will tell you is that there is something in what you're saying. I can hear it. No, no. You're saying things that have taste. Good. You're right. באמת, I have many faults. Can you say it? The other side, what else can you say?
Yeah, but Rabbi, isn't that admitting to the other person that
No,
he's right?
you're saying it kara in a way that he will get a message very fast.
Mhm.
You know, your words didn't penetrate, and you can get off my back. Yeah. This is a very, very sophisticated putting person in his place. And you can say to your mother-in-law, you're right, cooking is not my strong side. Okay. What else can she say now? Like you're saying, you know, in school, math was not my strongest subject. Can you say it? Can you say it? Do you feel?
Yes.
Yes, why not?
Do you feel bad?
No, it's very good actually.
Okay, so why can't you say cooking is not my strongest talent? If the husband will tell his wife, you always crying, you cry baby, that's what you are. I cannot even talk to you. You're so sensitive. Okay.
There's nothing here.
What should be the answer?
Yes, I cry a lot.
Yes,
Sensitive.
you're right.
Mm.
Can you mute it? Ruben,
It's not me, Rabbi.
not you, Ruben. Oh, okay, good. There's more Ruben over here. Okay. So you can tell your husband, you're right. I'm crying very fast because I'm sensitive. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
It doesn't help.
Who said that he has to help? If he, first of all, is good for you. That's who I am. That's how Hashem created me. You have a problem, okay? Go to shul, open the Aron Kodesh, and say to Hashem, why you gave me a sensitive wife. That's all. What's the big deal? Now, another thing that you're not allowed to do. If somebody told you a secret and you're not keeping the secret and he told you, only you know about it. Don't say it to nobody. So now you're going to the other one and tell him, by the way, Chaim Yankel, he told me that he don't like you. What a nasty. This is something. What a sin is this one? Bah. You're saying to your friend, I heard that she went to a doctor and he gave her pills. She is depressed. Why are you saying it? What are you trying to accomplish? You're telling to your friend or to a neighbor next to your child, my child have a problem. I don't know what happened to him, but he is not a baby anymore, but every night he's still wetting his bed. I don't know what to do, and the child is there. Or you're saying to your friends, my kid is not doing well in school. The principal told me I may have to take it to a special ed school next to the child. Why are you saying it? Huh. My children are not helping at home at all. Why are you putting your children down in front of other people? And if your friend will ask you, tell me something, is your kids helping you at home? Why she's asking? What is this, FBI? So I will not answer. And I will switch the topic. If she will ask you this, you say, you know, I like your earrings. Don't answer this question. Here we go. This is also very common. Somebody went through a tragedy. And you're coming to a person who says, I told you, you didn't listen to me. I told you to keep Shabbat. Now you lost your business. What an avon. How do you know? Who told you? He said, it's punishment from Shamayim. Oh. So, our sages saying 10 things why a person, Hashem will send them suffering, and only one among them is a punishment. The other 9 is not a punishment. It's not. Nobody knows why a person having suffering. Nobody knows. If somebody tell you he knows, he's a liar. He's a liar. So now, the victim for abuse, the poor victims, and I see it over and over again. Of what they telling me what other people told them. They abused you. They called you names and who knows what. You're not doing enough to satisfy the other partner of yours. That's why. Meaning it's your fault. Probably you provoked the fight. That's why your husband told you what he told you. Who is to blame? Who is to blame? Again, the victim. Again. Everything is because of you, because you don't know how to deal with people. You're too demanding. You're passive. You have too much energy. You like to talk too much. You're not organized, you're disorganized. You're sensitive. You have temper issues, and so on and so on.
Excuse me,
Meaning-
Harav. Excuse me. How about when somebody says to me, "You're too sensitive," and I go, "I love that about myself. It's good to be sensitive."
Very
Is
good.
that an answer?
Very good
Yeah.
answer. Very good answer.
Thank you. All right.
So now, what are we saying to the victim? Your behavior inviting such a behavior. If you change, the other person will change. Meaning, it's your fault and it's your to blame. And this is cruel, mean, why are you saying things that you don't know? It's not your department. People usually they like to think that abuse is an outcome of the victim actions, meaning she is inviting the abuse. Why? Because now we have the solution. She is the problem. He is okay. And come on. Here we go. And the suffering that the victim is going through is justified. You deserve it. But mark my words now, and I will not take it back. The truth of the matter is that the person, when he is emotionally disturbed, mentally disturbed, he will always find a justified reason why he did what he did to you. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
They have a long list of justification. I came home, you didn't give me time to rest. That's why I called you these names. The house is upside down. That's why I gave it to you. Everything he has a reason and outcome and results. In Hebrew, we have a joke. A person that have a temper problem, he says, I don't have a temper problem. He says, מעצבנים אותי. They're causing me to use my temper. Otherwise, I will not going to use it. Do you hear the reason?
No,
It's always the other person's fault. And the person is causing him to behave like this. So he's never taking responsibility, the abuser. The victim is always at fault.
Yes. Yes. And it comes to a point that you start to believe that it's correct. I see a couple with 4 kids, 5 kids. Why did you bring so many kids? Because he kept telling her, you're lazy, you know what you're doing, blah, 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 blah. I always had a dream to have a family with many kids. You like this, you like that. And she fell for all these, right? And she said, maybe that will change him. It doesn't change him. Another thing that is very dangerous and Behemet is very destructive to blame somebody like that. I'm causing you to feel responsible for my failure. How? Because of you, because I got married to you, you loser. I didn't get anywhere in my life. Did you hear that? Because of you. So I hope that you got the message. And I have to tell you again and again, things are not going to be corrected on their own. You have to take action to fix it. And it's not a shame. It's not a shame. And Hashem wants you to fix it. Hashem created us not complete. And He wants us to complete ourselves in our own hands. And the message is by the Brit Milah. When the child is 8 days old, what are we doing? We're fixing, right?
Yeah.
Why Hashem did not send them over here already? Circumcised? Hashem says no. I'll give you rough and you're gonna polish it. So by polishing yourself, you're saying Ratzon Hashem. It's the wish of Hashem. Since when to do a wish of Hashem is a busha, is a shame. Something over here is wrong. Who is perfect over here? Who is perfect? No one. So we have to work on it. To blame? Meaning, I don't want to work. It means, I don't want to serve Hashem. That's what it means. To cause your spouse a tzar with this avodat Hashem, very crooked, very crooked. another thing that Hashem don't like. Not at all. People like to talk a lot about themselves, how good they are, and they're doing this and they're doing that. These people, they have low self-esteem. So in order to bring himself up, he comes with all kinds of imaginations. But some of them are coming not from there. They feel that they're on top of everybody else. That's how they feel. But he is not even living in this world. Why? Whatever you got is a matana from Hashem. If you smart, if you have IQ, is matana from Hashem. Whatever you have a talent is matana from Hashem. It's not yours. And here we go. A neighbor saying to the other one, my kids, they are the best kids in the school. Every time they bring me 100. Ah! My kids, you know how they help? I'm saying one word, right away they're jumping to help me without no hesitation. They're not even thinking not to listen to me. I can manage with everyone. Why are you not like that? In my house, Pesach already started by Rosh Chodesh Nisan. My house is already Pesach. We can do Leil Seder already. The neighbor is saying, you know, I need 8 hours of sleep, otherwise I cannot function. Right away she jumped and said, I sleep only 4 hours and I on top of everything. Me, you're never gonna hear me screaming. Huh. The neighbor gave birth and she went to hotel to rest. You know, 2 weeks she needed a rest. And the neighbor told her, Chayale, you know, after 4 days I'm coming from the hospital like I didn't give birth. I take care of everything like nothing happened. How many times a day you hear such a conversation? Huh? You don't want to talk to me today. Okay, good.
Rabbi, we have to move from these kind of neighbors. They're too much. I would move away from them.
No, I'll tell you what to do, sir.
You shouldn't talk to them.
No,
That's right.
take their names and you pray for them. רפואה שלמה.
Yes, true.
רפואה באמת.
Amen.
That's what I'll do. באמת אני רפואה. I have how many how many grandchildren you have? She says, Beli, I have 10 children, grandchildren. And her friend saying to her, what? Only 10? I'm much younger than you and I have already 20. Why do you have to say it for crying out loud?
Come on, Harav. What do you do when people ask you these kind of questions and you feel uncomfortable to even answer? Like this lady that you're talking about, she's not afraid of Ayin Hara. She says, I have 20 grandkids. She's showing off. I don't get it.
Eventually, if that's what she is asking, right? She's not afraid.
No, but what do you do if somebody asks you, like when people ask you, how many children do you have? How many grandchildren do you have? I don't know. I feel like it's asking somebody, how much money do you have in the bank? It's not something you ask somebody. It's not appropriate. So you have to answer the number. What are you supposed to do? You have to say it.
You see, if somebody wants to ask you, betimimut, innocently, how many kids do you have? So you can say, I have 5, I have 6. Okay, fine. He said, what? That's all? So you have to know whom you're talking to. But Bemet, this kind of a question should not be asked. Now listen to kids. Listen to kids because they learn it somewhere. 2 boys talking to each other and listen to what they're saying. Your father is going to work. My father is in koilel all day long. So my father is better than your father. Wah, wah, wah. Who put this in this child's brain that people that going to work, they're less important than the one who is going to learn. And let's say it's correct. Why you have to use it as a tool? And some people are like that. Here we go. Tell me, how long it will take you to clean the table? Does it me? 5 minutes. Say, 5 minutes? Me, it takes only 3 minutes. Sounds familiar?
Yeah.
Tell me, you kids, at what age you took the diapers out? 3 years old. Come on. That late? All my kids, I trained them already 2 years old. No. How much did you pay for your head cover? I said, I paid $80. Ma? $80? I bought exactly the same, $40. Why are you saying it? Why? Can somebody tell me why? What are you trying to send? What's the message behind it?
That she's better. I think she's trying to say that she's better at what she does. Trying to put herself higher than you. I think that's what it
And the Torah says, To'avat Hashem kol geva lev. Hashem is disgusted with these people, like a dead mice. A person that he feels that he is better than the other one and is make sure for you to know it, in front of Hashem is a dead mice, a smelly one. To'avat Hashem, to'ava, disgusting. This kind of talking is disgusting. This is the Torah. The Torah will teach you how to be a delicate person. Adin, as we say. Adinut. Says sensitive. To put a tefillin and to everybody can do it. Can I put a tefillin on the head of an Arab?
Of course not.
Why not?
Yes, why not?
Of course.
On an Arab?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I take him to the mikveh?
Yes.
Of course I can take him. He can do everything. I can buy him a etrog, lulav. I tell him sit in the sukkah. Everything. I buy him a kippah, kara, like they have. So what? So what? This is not make you religious yet. What we're talking over here now, that's what Hashem wants. Not to hurt, not to think that you're better than the other one. How would you feel if one of the kids comes and says, I'm better than all of you? And he's saying it to all the kids. Are you going to take it?
no.
No, right? So we are all the children of Hashem. No one is better than the other one. Hashem gave talents to each one. Take the talent and serve Hashem. Don't use it as a tool to hurt other people. So now, these people that get this kind of attack from people who are not sensitive, how are you going to protect yourself? Here we go. Pay attention how to protect yourself. You have to understand that the person who is saying it, he is the sick one. Don't fall to this trap. Because they have a problem. They want to feel chashuv. They want to feel important. So how are they going to do it? By pulling you down. Tach, tach, tach. He is the miskin. He is the one that needs help, not you. And if your friend telling you, how much did you pay for this hair covering? You say $100. You say, what? I paid 50. You say, yes? איזה יופי. כל הכבוד to you. You're chopping. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel so happy for you.
That's great.
So because the one who's standing next to you, he doesn't know that importance, only Hashem makes you important. You cannot make yourself important. If a person is not able to be important in his own home, meaning Hashem sending him a message, I didn't yet made you chashuv, you're not important yet, because you're not following the instructions. It's in the end of Hashem to find favors in other people's eyes in only the hands of Hashem. So if you think that if I'll buy this, I'm going to change my car, I'll buy a Rolex, I'll change my house, I'll shorten my skirts, I open my back, I'll do this, I'll do that. People will start to clap for me. Are you normal? Hashem makes you important. And the proof is, we all know, right? That Rav Chaim was that short, heavy guy, heavy. How many people waited for him? How many? Hundreds of people every day, every day. Why? In the Shamayim, they appointed him to be the most important man. No matter what you're gonna do, that's it. So if he wants to put you down, you say, well, you don't know how to shop and you don't know how to cook. Okay. Why? Because he wants to put himself up, because Hashem did not appoint him yet. So he's a badbach, misken, rachmanut. Rachmanut. Now, sometimes people, when you walk in and they see that you look like a Jew, right away they get, they take the offensive side because they feel uncomfortable. The truth standing in front of their eyes. Mata. Before you became religious, you forgot that we used to go every Shabbat to a soccer game. Did you see all the clips that they're bringing out on Rav Uri Zohar? זכר צדיק וקדוש לברכה. They still want to remind him from where he's coming. Don't forget what you were. His friends, that they're jealous and think they cannot do what he did. I see the clips. They have to take him back all the time. No kippah, and naked. You know, don't forget where you're coming from. But they don't know they're doing him a service. Do you know why? The Shavuot, I spoke about it. Tell me something. Where was the broken luchot? The broken tablets, where they were?
Sinai.
Where Hashem told Moshe to put it?
Mishkan.
Ah,
Aaron.
Aaron.
why? It's reminding the sin of the Jewish people all the time. Why it was broken? Because of the gold calf, yes? So why don't you get rid of it? Hashem says no. And every war that they go, the Aaron had the broken luchot and the complete one. Why? Because we think the broken luchot, it's a disaster because it's bringing us back to the sin. Hashem will take the broken luchot. He said, where they came from. Look where they came from. In a place it's almost impossible to come back. And they were able to come back. So I'll take this, I'll put it on the scale, much better than the tzaddikim. Hashem loved the broken luchot. The complete is not a kunz. The kunz is to be where Uri Zohar was, and I, as a child, I remember. And this will play for him in the Shamayim. Who knows where is he bichlal? They think they want to humility. They're doing exactly the opposite. They're reminding him the broken luchot, where he came from. You know where he came from? You know where he came from? I grew up there. Shem Yirachem. And such a person to sell everything that he had, everything. And he was rich, not rich. He sold everything to move to Mea Shearim, to apartment 2.5 rooms. So to tell a person, don't forget where you're coming from. We used to go every Shabbat to that. You're doing him a favor. You're just an idiot, but you're doing him a favor. Why? Because Hashem says, look where he came from. This broken luchot, look where is he? A husband saying to his wife, again, you're screaming, again, you're shouting. The same way like you used to shout and scream in my old apartment. Until the neighbors came to complain. And he forced us to leave the apartment because of you screaming and shouting. So, there is a Rambam B'Ilchot Tshuva, Perek Gimel. Open up and see. Are you allowed to remind a person his past?
No.
No,
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 you cannot.
cannot.
It's such an avon.
I don't think you're allowed to do it to yourself either.
Of course not. Of course not. Let the people start a new page. Why are you reminding them the past? What do you want to do? What's on your mind? And now, every psychologist will go to the bottom of it. Why are you saying it? There is a motive behind it. You cannot stand the emet, or you feel bad and are jealous why you're not able to do this. What's the motive? It's coming from somewhere. So a person be'emet that he is Oved Hashem, and he is sensitive, he said, Kol hakavod to you. Halevai, I can be like you. You look like an angel. Give her a chizuk. Support. Why you want to put her down? Why? And to the victims of this kind of abuse. Now you have to take care of yourself. Give chizuk to yourself. Look at psukim in the Torah, they're going to give you a chizuk. Because Hashem loves you. Hashem loves you because what you are now. And the proof is the fact that you're still alive. It's the proof that Hashem loves you and He is also believing you. And there is still benefit for you to stay in this world. If there is no benefit, Hashem will take him out of here. I don't need you not productive. You have to be mechazik yourself. I'm doing what Hashem wants me to do. Did you get it?
Yes, Rabbi.
Okay, so let me tell you now the new schedule that we're going to have. So pay attention. The classes that I will give outside like tomorrow, we have a shiur in my shul, the importance of a Jewish woman. What is the role of the woman in the life of the Torah of the husband and the kids? So tomorrow, again, me and my student that he spoke last time, tomorrow night is part 2.
It was incredible last time, Rav.
Okay. I hope that tomorrow will be also incredible. Hashem should help us to say the right things.
Amen.
Now,
Hello.
Sundays and Tuesdays, I'm going to learn with my man Gemara at night also. So the ladies will have a break, 2 days a week.
Oh, no. Rabbi.
I know it's coming.
Not fair, Rav.
You
You
can-
hang up on us?
It's okay. The men can learn with you, Rabbi. It's good. Everybody send the husbands.
Can you send someone else to the man?
Okay, I'll think about it. Okay,
Send someone else, Rabbi, to the man.
maybe
Rabbi Elbaz maybe can go to the man and you stay.
I don't know. Maybe I will learn with them from 8 to 9, and then I'll come back home.
Oh,
We'll see. Okay.
Bezrat Hashem.
I know that I will have some opposition. Okay, good. Sell that. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow we're having a class, yes? Shir HaShirim class at 12:45 B'ezrat Hashem. We'll start. At night time, I'll see you for my shul. Maybe we're gonna talk there. And then the schedule you already all know. I don't have to repeat it. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Quadra. Before
Nice
Shlomo.
talking
you,
to you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
And
You feel okay, Rav? You
I'm
said you
fine now. Now, Baruch Hashem, it open up, Baruch Hashem.
Thank God. Be well.
That's the way it goes. Okay, have a good night. Nice talking to you.
Good night, Rav. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
good
Good
night.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Good night. Good night. Good night.